They've been very inept against it. Well, both sides have, really.
It is, and it is a wearing pitch as well. These white balls have got a good seam on them, which will grip on the surface. It's just the batsmanship that's probably surprised me. You would expect them to have slight more of a clue of running the ball around.
2 runs every ball needed now. Will they get back here?
Oh!
That's 2 from that delivery.
It would have been close. Knocks the ball on, doesn't gather the ball. Would have been out had he gathered the ball. They haven't really put a foot wrong in the fielding display so far.
Yes, thus far, the bowling and fielding has been far superior to the batting. As you say, Robert, looking to pick up ones and keeping the scoreboard moving has been beyond either of these teams. 103, no score really in 20 overs cricket. That's very well placed indeed, a much needed boundary. And what a talented young cricketer this Will Leith is.
Well, the 17-year-old is showing some of the older heads how it should be done. He's got 14 off 11, gives himself some room up and over extra cover. Good connection, 2 bounces, 4 runs. But what's surprising me now is the spinner is actually stopping trying to spin the ball. He's bowling like a little medium pacer. Why would you do that when it's gripping?
More air that time. Can he find the gap between those 2 outfielders? Well, I think he has found the gap. I think that's probably a boundary out there. The fielder did magnificently to stop the ball. But from my viewpoint, I think his legs were over the rope when he fielded the ball. This may be a Wimbledon boundary.
Well, they look like they're over, Bob. Are they on the ground? Are they touching the rope? Can we see there, did the rope move? Look from this angle. Oh, I think there's a bit of a bump there. That would show that he runs his ankle bone over the rope. Does it run up and over the rope? Are we going to be able to tell? Yeah. Well, there's doubt, and doubt go to the benefit of the batsman on this occasion.
Steve Gale has to make the decision, and his decision indeed is that the fielder was in contact with the rope. So Wimbledon move on now to 83 for 7. They need 21 from the final 2 overs. Whose nerve's going to hold here? Swordsdown thought that they had this match in the bag. They're not so sure now.
I can feel the nerves building as all the supporters from the teams are here now, that all the 4 teams are here. And you can just start to hear the voices growing over the far side. Some nails, they were all chanting a little bit earlier on. Now they're praying to whoever can help them, the cricketing gods.
Oh, Leith trying something spectacular, trying to scoop the ball over the keeper. But he perishes now, and Wimbledon's chances may have gone. They're 8 down for 84. They still need 20.
Oh, I'm cringing at just what I've just seen. He's been doing so well down the ground, and he's tried that scoop up and over fine leg, and it's been his undoing. He's played brilliantly up until that point. You can see he's hanging his head, but he's had a good day so far for him anyway. The end of his day. He goes for 18, Will Leith, and Wimbledon are 84 for 8.
Dejected looks on the Wimbledon bench. 20 from 10. Here's the keeper, Tom Morris, in at number 10. Another youngster, just 19 years of age, replacing the 17-year-old Will Leith.
He's gutted, isn't he? You can just see that. You feel for him. We've all been there. When you just make the wrong decision at the wrong time. Margin for error is so small. If he just got half a baton, it would have gone up and over. But he can hold his head up. He's done well on finals day. Surely wants his team to get across. But Mark Thomas, the captain of Swordsdown, is not loosening his grip on the Wimbledon team.
Full toss, but it's only going to be one down to long on. They can't get back. Good throw in on the bounce. Sensible cricket. Paul Pater's on strike. He's made 13 from 16. He's got to score quicker than that. If Wimbledon are going to get home.
Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hey, it's a great ball for us.
Well, run the ball doesn't get them there. Mark Thomas got a strange action. Jumps wide of the crease, his arms and legs flinging around, and then it comes out into a good area, so good on him for that. Angling the ball back in at the right-handed batsman. He'll have to be careful because fine leg is inside the circle.
Yep.
Another single. Swordsdown will settle for that. Awful lot to do in the last over, and this goes for a maximum.
It looks big enough that he could do it. Pair of shoulders on him. Sure, if he gets in the middle of that bat, it could travel a long way, but it's going to have to travel a long way because the ropes are right out.
Fine bowling. Swordsdown captain keeps his nerve and finishes with 3 overs for 11 and a wicket as well. And Wimbledon, who are favourites at the halfway point, need a massive 16 from the final over. Low scoring match. 103 looked completely inadequate, but now it looks like a winning total for Swordsdown from the East Anglian Premier League.
16 runs from the final over, which will be delivered from the northern end.
And Michael Eccles is going to bowl this final over.
There's another guy who started off very well. 3 overs, 1 for 10. A maiden in that. Bowls very wicket to wicket. Imagine this being on her own middle stump. As full as he can.
5 men on the boundary. Single only.
Well, that's perfect for Swordsdown. It's exactly what they want. I've been impressed as well that how well they've fought back. Could have easily been on a downer at half-time, but they haven't given in. They've battled for everything and they've got stuck into the opposition.
Now the requirement is 3 runs a ball. Lofted out to long off, the back for 2. Boundaries is what Wimbledon need. Swordsdown holding their nerve here.
Come on, Mikey, this ball, buddy, come on. Every ball, every Eccles. Come on, mate.
Full and straight is the call. If Wimbledon batsmen miss, Swordsdown bowlers hit, and they get through into the final.
This will only be 1 as well.
Well done, great work.
3 4s needed or 2 6s. Tense faces. Down to long on. Cooper does the fielding immaculately. Swordsdown beginning to celebrate. Wimbledon need 2 sixes now. A brilliant performance in the field by the East Anglian side. Fantastic bowling. Saw the batsman giving himself some room, and that'll do it for Swordsdown. A leg bye to the total. Needs Wimbledon 10 from 1 ball. It's not going to happen. All Eccles has to do is bowl a legitimate delivery, and his side are into the final of this year's Cockspur Club 2020.
He's smiling. He knows what's happening. No balls, no wides.
Well, what a way to finish. Michael Eccles celebrates with the 9th wicket going down. He finishes with figures of 2 for 15 from 4 overs. And 9 runs may not seem like a big victory, but in 2020 cricket, it's an enormous difference. And Swordsdown are into the final to face South Northumberland or Bootle. A terrific performance in the field. Bowlers held their nerve, backed up by some brilliant fielding. But they'll have to think long and hard how they're going to play spin when they bat in the final. Most of the batsmen in this contest not knowing how to get the spinners away. Very few boundaries in this semi-final. Swordsdown take it by 9 runs. They're all smiles. Still work to be done in the final. They've got a rest now, a nice long rest until this evening's action. But it's Swordsdown who take their place in the final.